WNY, watercooler.com.
Who the fuck is this guy? Hey, who the fuck are you? Huh? Who the fuck are you? Okay, I like it. All right.
In bed all day long, feeling melancholy. You left me here all alone, tears running constantly. Oh, somebody kill me, please. Somebody kill me, please. I'm on my knees. Pretty, pretty, please. Kill me. I want to die. Put a bullet in my head.
Welcome back. WNYWaterCooler.com podcast. Steve, the host. You guys got to subscribe, rate, review, send us some more of that ad revenue. And we got Coast on the line.
What up?
Another day, another Josh Allen implosion.
I don't have much to say to defend that performance by the team on Sunday. So even for me, I got nothing.
Well, so did we underestimate the Jets? You were actually saying that, which surprisingly was a good take by you. I think that they were underestimating them. They benched these defensive players. Somehow they're all hurt with vague injuries.
I mean, I always have good takes, but I think the Jets defense is at least like pretty good. But I think that, what no one wants to acknowledge, and which I've been saying all along, is we have a problem on defense. And when we really need them, the defense doesn't win us games. They just don't. They play well when we have big leads, and they're pretty good, but they don't win us games. And we had the lead 14-3 with like 7 minutes left in the second quarter. And for the next 15 minutes and 2 seconds of that game, we had the ball for 35 seconds on offense. And that was the drive at the end of the half. The Jets ran it down our throat. They kept the ball. They shortened the game. So we go up 14-3. Good start. We don't get the ball back until there's like 5 minutes left in the third quarter. And so then it's like a close game because we just didn't have the ball. So everyone wants to blame the offense, which rightfully so. They did not play well. But the defense sucked. And you mentioned the injuries. We're being like overly cautious with guys, I think. Like Milano practiced Friday, practiced Wednesday. You mean to tell me he couldn't play? Like, are we trying to win the 1 seed here? I know we're trying to play the long game, but there's been multiple times this season where guys have finished games and then all of a sudden they pop up on the injury report on Wednesday and then they don't play. Like, what is going on?
Yeah, I really don't understand a lot of it either. I think the defense pretty much won us the Rams game.
We won 31-10. We scored 21 points in the third quarter. Like, I looked at stat. I might have mentioned this to you earlier earlier this week, but my gut was telling me that has our defense like won us a game ever? And so I look back to 2020 since we became really good, and we've won 1 game since 2020 where we scored under 23 points. And 23 points is like right around 10th in the league in points per game. So it's like a pretty good offensive game. 1 game where we've scored under 23 points in the game. The Chiefs, on the other hand, they've won 7. We don't win games like 17-14 ever. If we don't play well on offense, we lose, period. And it's really like, I don't know. Like, if Allen's off, we don't have anywhere to turn, it seems. We have no one on offense that can help him. Our defense they're good, but they're not like, they don't win us games. I'm sticking to that. People might think that's a terrible take, but they do not win us games ever. Not even once. We can't just get them one time. You can't hold Zach Wilson to 16 points. Come on.
Well, Yeah, I mean that comes down to the coaching, and also the not winning close games thing. But part of it is because the offense is so successful that's how teams play us. I mean, that's how they try and beat us. Everyone has good players and good coaches, so they know they have to limit our possessions. So they grind it out, and we can't stop those grind out offenses for some reason.
Yeah, and I saw people on Twitter too defending the defense for, they stopped them on the last drive. A 90-yard, 7-minute march down your throat isn't a stop. I mean, what are we talking about? Like, the Jets had got the ball at the 4-yard line, tie game in the fourth quarter, 4-yard line, Zach Wilson, and backup running backs, Zach Wilson and backup running backs. They're just handing the ball to Carter and Robinson. They literally ran it 90 yards. Wilson made one pass. It's disgusting.
Yeah, I don't understand how they could give up a 90-something yard drive to Zach Wilson when you know he can't pass. They have one receiver and he can't make it that was a mind-boggling performance.
And it's like sell out to stop the run, like sell out. And if Garrett Wilson hits you for a 65-yard TD on one of those like 7-minute drives they had, then so be it. Like you shorten the game. The Jets wanted to shorten the game and they did it like effortlessly. And it just, I don't know. I mean, in the end, it was like 33-27 or something in time possessions. It wasn't like crazy lopsided, but I feel like after midway through the second quarter, we just didn't have the ball much the rest of the game. And Allen's turnovers, inexcusable. Those interceptions, the first drive, that cannot happen. And the second interception was somehow worse. So
I don't even know what he could have been looking at. The both of them really.
The first one, you could argue that he thought Knox was like sprinting to the sideline, but Allen even admitted after the game that he just didn't see the DB. And the second one, you can't even like come up with an excuse. Like, I don't know. He was seeing ghosts out there on those two plays. And he's making too many turnover worthy plays. Like, and if he, most of the time he's making, triple the number of like scoring play. Like, I mean, he's like leads the league in touchdowns or whatever. He's at 23 total TDs on the season, or 24, I forget. But I don't know, man. First drive of the game, it's like second down from the 12. Just in our offense, I feel like we get like antsy. Like sometimes it's okay to just kick a field goal. And our red zone offense is an abomination. It's so bad. It's inexplicable.
Well, I think Dorsey is, Dorsey and Allen, they both try and do too much. They're always they put too much pressure on themselves and they like panic. I don't understand why we don't run Singletary in the red zone more. I feel like he breaks a tackle almost every time he gets the ball.
We were the worst team in the league in scoring rate inside the 5-yard line, 32nd. We score on like 25% of plays inside the 5. We score touchdowns. You're right. We don't run the ball. Like where's like a quick up the middle, up the gut run, with a running back. We just like don't have that play in our playbook. So give it to Gilliam. I don't even care. Like we got to do something to get lighten Allen's load.
Well, we'll get it this week. My boy Case Keenum playing.
Looking that way.
We're recording this Thursday night. He didn't practice either Wednesday or Thursday. Maybe he could dress and like he could run the ball a few times, but if he's out there and he's not passing, then they know that it's going to be a run, I guess. But I could see them dressing him and him not playing, although that limits their. We love fucking special teams, which never contributes anything anyway. But
if Allen can throw, I'm playing him. I'm sick of us being. I'm so sick of us how conservative we are. I'm so sick of McDermott not answering questions. Like, why can't he say? He's trying to play like whatever with keep the Vikings guessing. He's got this medical report, but he can't say what it says. Allen's day to day. Like, he might play. I don't know. He's not practicing though. Like, what is actually going on?
Well, if he's day to day, that means he has to play next week. I mean, you have another AFC this week. I think we're just kind of throwing it out, like, oh, it's an extra game against an NFC opponent. It seems like that's what he's not going to play to me, and they're just like, oh, we'll see what Keenum can do. Maybe we could steal this game, of which we're favored to win either way.
Yeah. I mean, then you got Cleveland and Detroit, and I mean, I could see them just the way they are. I can see him sitting until that Pats game a week after Thanksgiving. I really can. I don't know. And if I'm
that
Allen,
would be shocking.
If I'm Allen, dude, he's
not going to sit on the bench and not say anything for 3 or 4 weeks.
If he can play this week, he should be clamoring to play. I mean, he's an MVP front runner. It's not like that happens every season. Like,
it's not. Yeah, we haven't won shit. We haven't won a Super Bowl. I mean, to sit a week is fine, but more than that, I don't know. I mean, then you have to say he's hurt.
And then you're looking at going into December with you're not going to be winning the division.
We're 0-2 in the division. I mean, this world beater team that you said we're the best team of all time, 0-2 in the division.
They had a chance to be the best team of all time. But I overestimated. I did not consider or fully realize the weakness that we have stopping the run, running the ball, second receiving target. We seemingly have none.
How many times did we lose as a double-digit favorite? I mean, are we going to set McDermott going to set the all-time record? Like how?
We lost. We lost once this year, once last year, right? So, I mean, we were only favored. We weren't favored by that much at Miami, maybe like 4.
Yeah,
Jags. We were favored by 16 or some shit, something like that.
Wow.
But
well, yeah, like you said, second receptions. I wrote them all down. So Diggs has 60 catches, Singletary 27, McKenzie and Knox both have 20. My boy, who I said was overrated but not going to have a great year this year, Gabe Davis, 18 catches. And then you have Cook, Moss, Gilliam each have 7. Morris, Crowder, and Shakira each have 6.
It's a joke. Yeah. I mean, I was wrong on Davis. I mean, he's a big play threat, but that might be it.
How many drops does he have a game? Like, I don't know how they keep drop stat. Last play was a drop.
Watching the replay back, it was a pretty bad drop too. It really was. I mean, that was right there, perfect. Couldn't have been more perfect of a throw. And the DBs, it's not like his arm was even in there. It's just Davis misjudged it and may have hit his face mask. I don't know what happened, but I think he had another drop too on a third down. The drive or 2 before, that was big. So he's just not. He hasn't been a consistent target. He makes big plays. He's
how
not
many
a
catches do you think
target.
He had last year?
Did he play all the games? Like he missed a couple
16.
games.
He missed 1, I think.
I would say probably 34.
He had 35, which I was surprised it was that low, but yeah.
I figured he had 2 catches a game. But I guess the Chiefs playoff game, he had not only did he have a lot of yards, but he had a ton of catches, and he had catches on the last drive. And I don't know, man. It's just we have no one. McKenzie, I was expecting to sort of blossom into a slot role. I thought Crowder could be an upgrade over Beasley. I guess that didn't work out because he got hurt. So.
Yeah, everyone ripped on Beasley because he doesn't have any yak, but the guy would just sit down in a hole and catch the ball. So what if he fell down? He would just get the first down or at least be 4th and 1. But we definitely haven't replaced him, Crowder. I mean, I forgot that guy was even on the roster. I
mean, Beasley last season had 70 receptions, 80 receptions. I mean, he had almost 100 the year before. Where are we replacing that? Knox? I thought Knox. Even Knox. Knox isn't.
Every week I say it. We're paying this guy. We're going to be paying this guy $12-13 million a year for nothing. Well,
I gave him the benefit of the doubt. I said the first month, but we need to get some production now. We really do. I mean, we need it. It's like Allen looks for Diggs, and then it's like either
He runs it.
Singletary. Yeah, it's like Diggs and maybe Singletary, then run. It's just there's just no other target that he trusts or that is reliable right now. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that's what we're calling on offense or guys not getting open or Allen not seeing guys or what the case may be. But like, dude, if Allen was healthy and he was playing whatever this week, he's on pace for 6,000 yards. And that's not good for our team. Like, you can't have your quarterback running for 800, throwing for 5,200, and scoring. We have like 26 or 27 touchdowns in the season. He's responsible for all but 2.
Yeah, I mean, and one's from defense. Yeah, and then we trade for a third string running back who played 3 plays. Like, you think maybe we could have used him a little bit more?
I would think they could have. Yeah. And then the way they seem to, I mean, I didn't look at like snap counts, but it seemed like Singletary played less and Cook played more. I mean, I'm sure Singletary played more than Cook, but I felt like Cook had more snaps than he's had. So it seems like they're starting to trust him more in the passing game. He had some nice plays. So why?
He had a few.
I don't understand. Yeah, I mean.
Well, the other thing I was looking at, I looked up McDermott, his November numbers record.
Terrible.
Well, it's actually better than I thought. So his first year, he's 1-3. We lost the first game in November. 18, 2-1, lost the first game in November. He's 4-1 in 19. We won the first game. 20, we were 3-1, won the first game. And then last year we were 2-2. This year 0-1. So he's 12-9. So he's 57% winning percentage. In his career, he's 62%.
Okay, that's. I guess last year it seemed like we were just kind of lost in November last season. But I guess in the prior year, yeah, we did. We won like our last 9, but yeah, I mean, we're obviously we hit it some sort of swoon last year, and it seems like we're doing it again this year. And it's a very similar situation. We come out of the bye and we win a game. Like last year, we beat Miami 26-11, but kind of looked like shit. This year, we beat Green Bay, kind of looked like shit, especially the second half. And then we go on the road as a double-digit favorite and lose, both last year and this year. So I don't know. I mean, there's just the team has issues, man. The team has issues, and these injuries are killing them. Jaquan Johnson was horrendous on Sunday. He was just bad, and I don't know what's going. Poyer's elbow looks like it's like popping out of his arm. I don't know what's going on with that.
And then Hamler, I thought he would play terrible too. He's taking bad angles on some of these like outside runs that they're just
Johnson, yeah, us. Johnson too, yeah. They were so. I think they're probably if Poyer's out there, it's fine with Hamlin, but the two of them together, it's been a liability the 2 times they've played, and I feel like Edmonds. I mean, he may have missed 1 game, but like he didn't practice yesterday or today. Milano missed last week, which was killer. I mean, Milano, we could have won if Milano played. I mean, I didn't see Bernard. I mean, Bernard, I don't know. Maybe we plug up some of those holes and do a little bit better against the run. And now Rousseau's hurt. He's going to be out a few weeks. Not having Spencer Brown might be the reason why Allen's elbow's messed up now, because Quessenberry got absolutely torched on that play. Not to say Brown wouldn't have, but like, I don't know, we have a backup lineman in there. So, I mean, injuries have obviously been a factor too, but I don't know, man. You gotta.
Every team has injuries. I mean,
we've seemingly had a ton half our defense has been hurt. I feel like we've been missing like 3+ defensive starters every game.
Well, clearly Milano's like our MVP. I mean, without that guy, it seems like that the defense is just. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. We got to figure out. I mean, the Packers torched us, the Jets torched us. Now we got Dalvin Cook coming into town, and I'm sure the Vikes are just going to want to run the ball, and who knows? And Trey White, Can Trey White play? Like, what's the deal?
I don't get he's not on the injury report, but
They're just being so cautious. They're being so cautious with guys.
yeah, I really don't get that he's not on the injury report, but then he doesn't play. Well, yeah.
I think they were doing load management last game. I really do.
Yeah, I think we underestimated the Jets. They think, oh yeah, it's this piece of shit quarterback that is not going to do anything. Well, yeah, he didn't do anything, and then they still win.
Right. I mean, he didn't have to do anything. They just ran it all over us, and he had, he made some quick throws that it was like one read and out, and we never really forced them to. I mean, I don't remember Wilson having any like plays where I was like, "Wow, nice play." Whole game.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe a couple
Garrett
nice throws.
Garrett had a couple of nice plays himself, but
like
I mean,
slants, right?
Yeah, I mean, there was maybe one or two down the field. Like he had a catch early on when they were down 14-0 or whatever, 14-3, and he's like celebrating, and I'm like laughing at him, and then in the opening kickoff of the friggin' game, the dickhead flips. We get the ball. Yeah.
He falls one play. We're down to the 12. The Diggs pass, deep pass.
The only time we threw it long.
And then that pick was just so terrible. Like it was just so. And I feel like whenever something like that happens early, I guess maybe the Ravens game is an exception. That if Allen makes a terrible pick like that early in the game, I just feel like it's a recipe for disaster. We had a pick early in the Ravens game. I can't really remember. I feel like it might have been a drop actually, like right off a guy's hands. But anyways, we were rattled on offense. Even our good drives where we scored TDs, it was like we were running the ball with Allen mostly. So just a terrible performance. Top down.
Well, so we have the 7-1 Vikings team 7-1 Vikings rolling in town. I mean, they really haven't beaten anyone good. I mean, they beat the Packers, and then they beat the Lions, Saints, Bears. They beat the Dolphins without Tua, Cardinals, and Washington.
Yeah. They played like almost all backup quarterbacks. Heineke, Skylar Thompson. They almost lost to the Bears. They almost lost to the Lions at home. Yeah, I mean, and now they're lucking out against us too.
Yeah, so I mean, they might be like the worst 14-3 team of all time, maybe. But I mean, there's they still won all those games except for the one against the Eagles, who are undefeated. But what my point is, there's no reason that we can't beat them without Josh Allen at home. I mean, the weather shouldn't really be a factor. It's supposed to be cold, but maybe some wind, but no, there might be a lot of wind actually. I don't know, but basically, there's no reason why we can't rely on our defense. Change the game plan a little bit. Still use Diggs. Diggs is going to be motivated. I mean, the guy's going to come out there flying. You know that. Keenum can throw the ball. He can deliver the ball.
Man, Keenum, every time he stepped on the field this season has been a train wreck. I mean, he's getting all the snaps this week. Yeah, preseason, terrible. His action this is all we have to go on. And when he's come in relief in these games, he's been terrible.
Well, I've been watching his tape as a Cougar. Dude was lighting it up.
That's not to say that he can't have a good game. Like, he's getting all the reps. And you're right. We're going to have to change the game plan. But I just don't know if we have the horses to play the type of game that we need to play without Allen. We don't have a good running game.
Is there a scenario where Josh Allen is dressed and runs
second beer of the pod?
It's my Friday, Veterans Day tomorrow.
Jesus Christ, you've been off for a month. What?
Is there any scenario where Allen dresses and plays like 6 snaps and not throws the ball, or is that too smart? Because we have to have that idiot running back tackling dudes as a gunner or whatever he does.
I want Or yeah.
I mean, God forbid, how do we not have Morris and Shakir out there with their 6 catches each this year? Or I mean, Gilliam. Yeah, we need Gilliam to open up holes in the running game or whatever he does, or Knox to have his 1.5 catches per game.
I would. I'm not saying that's a bad idea, but I don't think there's any way to do it. Like
they don't know that they don't know that he's not going to throw.
I think he can throw. He threw a ball 70 yards after this injury. Like, yeah, he might be sore, sprain, whatever. But like, you go back to 2018 when he hurt his elbow. I saw a clip on Twitter. They did like a test on the sideline where they like bend his arm back and he like fell to the ground in pain. Like, and that was in 2018 when he missed 4 or 5 games or whatever. This year, 2 plays later, he slings it 70 yards in the
longest pass in 4
years.
Yeah,
like,
literally.
I mean, I'm sure it's sore, but like, I don't know, man. If Allen's clamoring to play and the doctors are like, I mean, what are the odds that the exact same thing would have to happen again? Like, the guy's got to hit his hand with the ball in it at the absolute perfect time when it's like just making the transition and move forward. And
well, maybe it's a little less. It could just be any like hit his hand on a helmet or something. I just think that if it's like a helmet hits his elbow or something, that's not going to affect the ligament. So why wouldn't he just dress? And I mean, we want the 1 seed. I mean, these games, you can't give away a home win.
No shit. That's what I'm saying, man. We aren't in a position where the advantage of having the 1 seed versus having to play 3 games, it's enormous. I mean, obviously. And we can't just like, oh yeah, we'll just take it easy, go into December with 4 losses and hope we can like catch up and win the East. No.
Not to mention maybe not even winning the division. I mean, the Dolphins, they almost lost to the Lions. Or no, the Bears, whoever it was. But
the Dolphins are going to be most likely 8-3. I mean, hopefully the Browns can pull the upset this week, but they got Cleveland and Houston. So they're probably going to be 8-3. So you're going to go into December. If you sit Allen for 3 games, you're going into December not in first place in the division. That's almost a guarantee.
Well, and it's 1 game isn't 3 games. I mean, and
I just have this feeling, man. We have 2 weeks from tonight we have 3 games in the next 2 weeks from tonight.
You sound like Sal explaining the IR, like he's going to be out for a month and a half.
No, I just the way we handle injuries. Oh, I don't think they would do that because we play the Pats the week after Thanksgiving, and I think it would be insane to like rule them out for the Pats game. That would just be
well,
crazy.
I mean, if they did something like that, then whatever word McDermott ever says, none of it even means anything. Because he specifies day to day and week to week. So why even say any of those words then if they don't mean anything? I mean, and it goes back to these beat reporters. They all have to be fucking buddies. They're all friends with fucking each other, of course. Our fantasy league that we're all in. Do you guys ever compete against each other? Or anyone want to scoop? Anyone want to scoop?
How does no one have the fucking scoop?
How do the NFL guys?
The only guys getting any sort of scoop are the NFL Network guys. Like these local guys they got to get some information.
They're all pussy chuds. Like just we went to the bar after. The only guy that has like any like skin, like any type of backbone at all is the idiot with the Athletic. We used to work for the Buffalo News. Yeah, Tim Graham. And even him,
well, he's a cynical asshole. He's, that like the Ariza thing. He was like salivating over the Ariza story. It's like fucking. He was as excited as Tim. So yeah, I mean, but the fact that we get no information, McDermott saying he's day to day. There's no way he would say he's day to day and then they end up on IR 3 days later. Like that would be just. Then, I mean, that's like McDermott's just flat out lying. But he would just be like, oh, we got more information.
Well, the other thing is Allen's in town. It's not like he's in Atlanta or wherever James Andrews is or wherever these other specialists are. So they're not flying in
every day.
Yeah, so it's not like he's getting tests somewhere else. They have all the tests that they need. I mean, presumably. Yeah. So it's not like, yeah, you're like, you can't say Wednesday and Tuesday he's day to day and then Saturday, oh no, he's actually out for 5 weeks. Like that would
No.
not compute at all.
You're torpedoing your season if you do that. I feel like I don't know. I mean, I'm sure he's gotten like more tests throughout the week, and
We should have kept Fromm, man.
yeah, we should have. From is he in the league? I don't
just
know,
had a
man. If he can
tryout.
throw and he wants to fucking play, and he says he can tough it out, and I mean, you heard there was like rumors that he told players on the team that thinks he could play Sunday. So I mean, the dude. I mean, if he wants to play and he thinks he can play, he should play.
Well, even
You want
Von Miller's like, oh, I went to his house after the game and he was the same as always. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
what's Allen gonna say? He's like, oh no, I'm out this week, but I don't know.
But still, like he can, like if the dude can play, he's a tough guy. He's a competitor. Let him get
And
out there and play.
he's allegedly Diggs' best good friend or whatever. And
Did you
you'd
listen
think
to
he'd
Diggs
want to?
yesterday?
No.
He was like pretty. He had some cryptic responses. Like he was like smiling when they asked him about it, and he was like, "It's early in the week. It's only Wednesday." Like I don't know.
Well, he could just
But,
be
you know.
trying to be like, because he wants to put up a big game against the Vikings.
Yeah, everyone on the team should want Allen to play. I mean, are you kidding me? And we can have what?
Well, not Case
You
Keenum
want
or the running back.
Want him. Have
He's got to have some incentives in his contract.
Have Allen play and have a game plan, similar game plan like you're going to have with Keenum, except you can run Allen a bunch more. You don't have to, be a little more conservative. I feel like we've done a 180 where everyone used to, it's okay sometimes to be a little bit safer and punt once in a while and, not like we can just have a safer game plan. Just don't turn it over. Try and, run the ball a bit more. Like our quarterback's not 100%, but he can still do more than Keenum. I don't know. Like we don't have to come out there. We threw against the Jets. We had 10 running plays with running backs in the game, something like that. And everything else was Allen pass, Allen run, Allen pass. Like, I don't know if you want to run the ball more and you have to punt a bit, I don't know. It's just, we could do things a little different if Allen's not 100% and he can actually play. It doesn't have to be like all systems go.
Also, I don't think that we would it's an automatic loss if Case Keenum plays one game. I mean, yeah, the Vikings, they have a lot of players on offense that I would be nervous about. I mean, Jefferson is a beast. They got two really good running backs. Well, and look at their scores. They scored 20, 34, 24, 29, 28, 28, 7, and 23. So in their last 6 games, they're averaging 28 points or something. So what does that mean? We're going to have to put up points if Keenum plays. You can slow the game down a bit, but our offense doesn't really lend us to doing that with these running backs.
I would say, yeah, right, exactly. Like we don't. How are we going to do that?
Well, the defense, yeah. Some of it could be the whole team depends on Josh Allen, and they just, we have Superman or whatever playing quarterback. So
that's true.
So maybe they'll put more pressure on themselves to step up. It sounds kind of like junior high, but sports are sports. Your best player's not there, so everyone else is going to maybe concentrate a little more, play a little harder. It's one game at home.
Dude, I think it's not unreasonable to think that guys can be a little more lax when Allen plays, thinking he can bail us out. But now it's like you can't. You got to play everyone. Top down has to play a good game to win. Everyone. He can't. No one's gonna. Keenum's not gonna go in there and throw for 375 and 4. So, yeah, you're right. That could be true.
I'm thinking take the over. This over has gone down. It started at 48. It's at 43 now. We only have 2 minutes left here, but yeah, we're still 3.5. All of the money's on the Vikings plus 3.5. Yeah, 43.5. It started out 7.5 with Allen, so it went down at least 4 points.
It was 10.5 last week, or 10.
9.5. Yeah, it'll probably go down to -1 or pick him once they say Allen's out if he's not going to dress. I mean, they'll have to say Saturday at 4 whether Barkley's going to be elevated from the practice squad, the only other quarterback on the roster. So
yeah, so I'd be surprised if they rule Allen out. I'd be surprised if the Vikings aren't favored by at least 3, but we'll see what happens.
it's not going to swing that much more. You have this guy so high up, but
he's at least a 10-point. We'll see. We'll see where it ends up. All right, run out of time. Prediction. I don't see us winning a game with Keenum. I don't think we have the horses to win the type of game that we would need to play. So I'm going to go Vikings 27, Bills 9. If Keenum plays.
I think if Keenum plays, maybe we're down and he can chuck the ball. I mean, my thing would be dress all 3 quarterbacks. Have Allen, give him a few running plays. He loves these outside, like, jet sweeps to himself or whatever you want to call it, and like off tackle runs. He could still do that. But I don't know.
I love it. Dude, I would have it. Play him and don't even throw the whole freaking game. I don't care.
Put Keenum in there for 3rd and longs. I mean, McDermott's not going to do that because he's just a conservative. Like, he's got to prey on it and whatever Jesus told him. But yeah, I think that it's going to be a shootout if Keenum plays, and I think that we could beat him.
Wow.
But it's going to be a very interesting game. I mean, obviously,
I'm interested. I am interested.
I'd rather Allen plays, but if he's not 75, 80%, put Keenum out there. Let's see what this offense can do with these guys that we've claimed to love. I'll say 28-27 Vikings. So.
Oh man. Oh, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't rain or snow. We'll see.
And wind. 40 rain and wind doesn't get worse. All right,
like Buffalo.
Go fuck yourself.
Shit, I'm all about the bills like Thurman Thomas. I don't tip, I pay bills. Bitches call me Buffalo.
Fuck it. Do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
Hey, Peter.
Yeah.
Watch out for your cornhole, bud.
Okay, Lawrence.
This is Nathan